while the rest of us are trying to pay off our credit cards and eliminate debt at any cost. Rich people are actually using debt to get even richer. It sounds counterintuitive, but that's exactly what they're doing. Rich people have figured out a whole bunch of things that the rest of us simply don't know about. And to be honest, it's not really fair when you think about it. Let's break down step by step how they do it, because once you know their playbook, you can possibly use some of these strategies for yourself. 9. Taking advantage of good debt versus bad debt. A lot of people think all debt is bad, but that's not how wealthy folks see it. They know there are actually two types of debt: good and bad. Bad debt is when you borrow money for stuff that loses value, like a fancy car or designer clothes. It might look nice, but it's not making you any money. On the flip side, good debt is when you borrow to buy something that can make you money. Take rental properties. For example, wealthy people might take out a loan to buy one, then use the rent they collect to pay off the loan. Meanwhile, they're building equity in a property that could go up in value over time. Smart, right? 8. Leveraging other people's money. Here's a little secret. When big-time investors make major moves, they're not just throwing in their own cash. Nope, they're using leverage like bank loans, other investors, or business partners to help fund bigger deals. Let's say an investor puts down $100,000 to buy a $500,000 property. They now control 5 times more real estate than if they only used their own money. And here's the cool part. When the property's value goes up, they're making money on the full $500,000, not just their $100,000 investment. That's how the pros play the game. 7. Building passive income streams. Most people make money by trading their time, basically working a job and getting paid for the hours they put in. But wealthy people, they play a different game. They set up income streams that don't need their daily effort. Think of rental properties, dividend-paying stocks, or businesses that run without them being there 24/7. That kind of passive income usually grows over time, and it gives them something most people dream of: freedom. Freedom to explore new business ideas, travel, or just chill without being locked into a 9-to-5 grind. 6. Taking advantage of tax loopholes. Wealthy people don't just make more money, they also keep more of it. How? They've got smart accountants who know all the legal tricks to lower their taxes. Business owners, for example, can write off all kinds of stuff: cars, business lunches, even part of their home if it's used as an office. Real estate investors, they get to claim depreciation on properties, even if those properties are actually going up in value. And when it's time to sell, they don't just cash out randomly. They plan it so they pay lower long-term capital gains taxes instead of the higher income tax rates. It's all about knowing the system and playing it smart. 5. Having compound interest work for them. Wealthy people understand that money grows exponentially over time. They invest early and reinvest the returns instead of spending them. A $10,000 investment that grows 10% annually is worth over $67,000 in 20 years without putting in one extra penny. They take full advantage of this by investing consistently and let time do the rest. 4. Buying assets that appreciate. Rich people don't just blow their money on flashy stuff that loses value the second you buy it. Instead, they focus on assets, things that are likely to grow in value over time. We're talking real estate, stocks, businesses, or even collectibles like rare art or classic cars. And yeah, they might splurge on pricey things, but they're usually smart about it. If they're buying something expensive, chances are it's something that's known to appreciate, not just something shiny that'll drop in value next year. It's all about buying smart, not just buying big. 3. Networking and building relationships. Wealth typically comes from networks. People invest time and money into building relationships with other successful individuals. They visit top-class clubs, high-end events, and build relationships that lead to business opportunities and investment possibilities. These networks have a tendency to bring deals that ordinary people never hear about. 2. Diversifying income sources. Wealthy people almost never rely on just one stream of income. They've usually got money coming in from all over: rental properties, businesses, investments, even capital gains from things they've sold. It's like having multiple engines running at once. So if one slows down or stops, the others keep them going strong. Plus, having different income streams means they can jump on new opportunities whenever they pop up. No waiting around for that one paycheck to land. It's all about building a money system that's flexible, steady, and always working in the background. 1. Timing the market and economic cycles. Rich people follow economic trends and position themselves to benefit from changes. They might buy real estate during slumps when prices are low, or shift investments based on changes in interest rates. They also keep cash reserves to seize opportunities when others are forced to sell at low prices. Look, the things rich people do aren't really secret recipes stored in some safe. All of this information is out there. It just is not taught in regular schools or shared around family dinner tables. The rich primarily differ in that they see debt, risk, and money as tools to create more wealth, while most of us are taught to avoid debt and play it safe. They're not afraid to take calculated risks and use other people's money to grow their wealth faster. The good news is that you don't necessarily need to be born rich to start applying some of these strategies. You can start small by learning about good debt versus bad debt, building passive income streams, or simply by changing your mindset around money. The key is to start somewhere and be consistent in the long term. Remember, most wealthy people didn't get rich overnight. They made smart financial decisions repeatedly over many years and let compound growth work its magic.